Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over some of the stoichiometry problems that you're going to find in the Blackboard tab underneath the high school review. Specifically, we're going to show you how to set up the problem and then solve for your ultimate answer. So we're going to work on problem 11 of the first Blackboard problems, and this says that sea salt is harvested by the evaporation of water from ocean water. Assuming a concentration of 35,000 parts per million, which can roughly correspond to milligrams per liter, how many gallons of ocean water must be used to make a 26-ounce size container of sea salt? And so they give you a couple of basically equalities here, so that 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liters, and that 1 gram is wind up equaling to 0.03527 ounces. And so what I want to go over is how you set up a problem like this. So one of the best ways to set this up winds up being to set up what your answer is going to be, specifically the units, so that you know what to work towards. And in this case, what we're looking for is how many gallons of ocean water are we going to use. So I set that up on the right side of the board. So whatever our calculation winds up being, our units are going to have to cancel such that we have gallons in the numerator. And in terms of what we're starting with is we know we need to make 26 ounces of sea salt. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're essentially going to use our equivalences that we're given in order to convert ounces all the way into gallons. Okay. So one of the first things you can notice is that, okay, we are given the concentration of salt in seawater, specifically 35,000 milligrams per liter. So milligrams can be related to grams because milli is 1/1000th of something that's the base unit, or gram. But what you can tell is that ounces here is actually in our standard units. So one of our first things we can wind up doing is converting between ounces and the metric system. Luckily, we give you that conversion right here. So 1 gram winds up equaling 0.03527 ounces. Okay. Numerator and denominator ounces cancel, and what we're left with now is, okay, how many grams would equate to how many gallons that we're going to need? Okay. So now we know we're getting closer to our milligrams per liter concentration here. But remember, grams is not equal to milligrams. We're going to have to convert that first. There are 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. And now we're essentially saying, okay, we've got this 26 ounce of sea salt, which is converted into how many milligrams that is. We know how much of that we're going to need, and we have a concentration of salt in milligrams per liter. So we use our concentration here, and this is 35,000 milligrams per liter. I'm just going to move our equal sign a little bit further over. Essentially, I've also done this backwards. Remember, our units have to cancel. So 1 liter per 35,000 milligrams. It's often a good check. If your units don't wind up canceling, you've probably done something incorrectly. So now, what this tells us is that to get 26 ounces of salt, this would give us how many liters it would take. This is really close. Liters and gallons are both units of volume. However, we need to convert between liters and gallons before we get our final answer. And we do that using our equivalency we see up here, in that 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liters. So we go ahead and do that. And in this case, what we've done then is cancel liters, and we wind up with gallons in our numerator. The fact that our units give us what we're looking for in our units in the end is a good check. When you crunch all of these numbers out by punching it into your calculator, you're going to see that you're left with 5.75 gallons of ocean water to make one 26-ounce container of sea salt. And so to summarize, what we've done is we first put our units of what we're looking for, gallons, and then asking ourselves, okay, starting with 26 ounces of sea salt, we need to convert to how many grams are in 26 ounces, and we do that with our conversion up here. We then convert this number of grams into milligrams, and we do that because our concentration we're given of ocean water is in milligrams per liter. Now that we have a concentration of milligrams, we can tell how many liters it's going to take to make this 26 ounces of sea salt by multiplying by our concentration. In each case, what we're doing is we're making sure our units cancel. This gives us liters of ocean water, which is a unit of volume, so we're very close. We then need to convert the liters of ocean water into gallons by using the conversion we see here. Punching this all into our calculator, we can see that we need 5.75 gallons of ocean water in order to make one 26-ounce container of sea salt. One last check you want to make sure you do is your significant figures. And so we're starting with 26.0, so that's 3 significant figures. You can assume that our conversions here are exact, so they're not going to necessarily change the number of sig figs you have. Whenever you're multiplying and dividing, the number of sig figs you start with really should be the number you end up with. And so in this case, we've got 3 significant figures in ounces. We should also have 3 significant figures in gallons. Hopefully this winds up helping, and I'll be making a couple more of these videos to see if they can help you work through some of these problems.